Hello and welcome. I'm Tracy Pa with another edition of Scope. Kumbrip village of Simbai LLG Madang province witnessed the launching of programs under the Madang Provincial Commerce, Industry and Tourism in partnership with the National Coffee Authority, National Identity and Registry Office, National Banking Corporation and Border Coffee. For the first time in 50 years, government agencies have set foot to empower the locals in financial literacy and economic independence.
Isolated by rugged, roadless terrain, Simbai local level government is traditionally self-sufficient. The people's survival is community-driven. Independence meant nothing to many of them throughout the generations. Some have never seen life beyond the mountain ranges they live in. Regardless, they are blessed with gold, coffee and cocoa. Fertile land is their source of sustenance and stability. But one man, Willie Bai, wants more for his people. He wants to bring in government services that his people rightly deserve to alleviate their standard of living.
Me starting on the clothes, me started market in 2023. After 24, me started buying coffee. Coffee me buy him na sablo coffee blomi me no run good them go pump. So me put him no wrong and them go pump na time me started place it me no give up lo market. Still me start on the community na me market. Me try best lo market and me come up na 2025 me start lo market na coffee me buy 2025. So time me buy coffee na me look him all line start lo ngasai lo kama LLG borderline lo kama na mitoramu all ad look benefit na line lo kairo ngas coffee all buy ad look benefit. So me come inside the Mr. lo buy coffee. So me buy coffee na me lo supply mall one day mall material long work. So Mr. Wademo long time and I was serving miso. All farmers are me too.
Willie is from Kumbruf. He is a major coffee buyer in the Simbai LLG. His business venture is a reason why the Simbai airstrip operates. He needs the air service to ship coffee bags. He is now an entrepreneur in his locality. Willie and his wife began their hustle back in 2023 as resellers of store goods. This eventuated into owning a trade store at Simbai Government Station. By then, they ventured into buying coffee from local farmers. Willie would move 20 bags of coffee to market on each flight. He said the journey has not been easy, but it was enough to realize that he wanted to also upgrade his people's standard of living.
Family blooming long, line too, also about me long, starting little marketing blooming too. So this line now benefit long, give benefit go back long all. Me talking more long starting cooperative. So me starting cooperative, one of my expenses cover you touch down, but me spending more money for me long making or trying to promote a place or too much care dog but while me take a rice nasili or too much rice nasili. Me young bad me round the balance or too much round the balance. This last na me more long starting cooperative na round. Me time me round kind of problem come up me round a kisipian, me round nasili what the mangre, but me don't give up still a me opiate. So me believe God and me start so by me finish him a long journey from me until sky and ground finish and time from me back. So thank you Lord.
The next 50 years, maybe we'll know God and we call him. Somebody from medium can development plan. And we kiss him, want them, taking a bell or kind of remote place or them. So come up with blood. And we infect, give him by infection side of this community. That is priority. Want them, we don't know where they are.
Madang Provincial Commerce Director Emerson Bekwe reflected on the challenges faced after 3 years of steadfast consultations with Mr. Bai. Following the FLT training, 365 participants were certified and registered under the newly launched Ibagan Cooperative Society. Mr. Bekwe urged participants to put to good use their new skills and knowledge.
Thank you through you long. Will you want them? Bokan blong and now be looking at dynamic. I mean, finish this after you finish him training. And start new walk about your life, you. Make him use this training, okay? Mekin misbla skur na sabe yu kisim logan maskarem kai. Logan larem sla pepaya silip na das kirap. Mekin mo da liglig SME. Work pro SME government sponsor misa government program too. SME liglig tok pasol work pro men ino liglig. Het plumi sa pen lo lugim gavana close to los la top because gavana blimi sana baksa lo disla work pro SME.
I back in him come up. Me like him. Me challenge him. You all same. Emi no easy pla road. Me bla sabe round lo walk. Same passing me bla sabe make him. Kiravim group. Pundown kiravim through lo. Ino passing lo harim talk. Passing lo talk backside. Describe him navla him say bring him group he come down. Trust in our staff, confidence in our staff, group in our progress. Cooperative I mean also me boon one time, one bell must staff, work boon must staff, and now by me progress.
A significant highlight of the event was the presentation of the label for the Simbai organic coffee. Coffee buyer Olam Kaupa from Simbu province purchases coffee from local farmers for downstream processing. He presented Willie with a sample of the coffee packet and later presented a graded certification of Simbai coffee. Mr. Kaupa encouraged Ibagan Cooperative to continue supplying coffee to increase market value, adding that government support in this space can help Kumbruf build roads among other infrastructure development.
Kobe Blue, me no put him logo and up. Him round go, and I'm come back. William one lig man. I'm go so twin lab maski big night or too light or morning phone call go yet. Kasol Simbai, you got network problem lo yeah. So you sabote my bay in Kobe cooperative, now you work good. Network problem lo yeah, I mean a problem lo me. You buy him tomorrow. Now Kobe Blue, buy you kiss him high price. So you sabote him, I buy in Kobe cooperative, now you go. But you give him pay a trade. So you like I proceed 10 kina and I go more. Me ask you blah. You yet you talk you by kisim, by you kisim.
Representatives from NID and the National Banking Corporation said the visit to Simbai was an eye-opening experience, especially seeing how resilient the people are. The team stayed on in Simbai to help register locals for NID and open bank accounts. Meantime, the story of the Simbai people continues.
You're watching Scope. Still to come. Farmer Preston Lucky leaves teaching career to pursue life as a farmer. Stay tuned for that story with reporter Freddie Moore later in the program. Papua New Guinea is undergoing major infrastructural development, with the government actively pushing to get its public projects moving. But what has been obvious over the years is that public utilities lack the required standard, project construction taking longer than anticipated, and even some turn into ruins. In the end, consumers are deprived of the basic public utilities. This is a result of bid rigging in public procurement.
Many would say poor outcomes of public projects start with the awarding of contracts, which is partially true, and it is most often termed bid rigging. It is basically a form of manipulation that hinders open, free, or fair market competition. It is a common practice around the world, including Papua New Guinea, attributed to the one-talk system and bribery. The Independent Consumer and Competition Commission recently conducted a two-day consultative forum in Port Moresby. The 2026 PNG Consumer Competition and Economic Regulation Forum brought together private and public stakeholders who highlighted challenges and provided recommendations to promote consumer welfare, provide transparent and competitive markets, while charting ways to mitigate regulatory challenges. The last day focused on bid rigging in Papua New Guinea's procurement system. Among one of the presenters was Ben Mick, the Chief Executive Officer of the Institute of Engineers PNG Engineering Inc., a professional body representing professional engineers from all disciplines in PNG. Papua New Guinea indeed has many capable engineers, surveyors, engineering professionals and contractors, yet the poor outcomes of the public project denote a different thing. Mick described PNG's procurement process as defective, one that lacks transparency.
While Papua New Guinea has many capable engineers, surveyors, and all the engineering professionals and also contractors, poor construction outcomes are often driven by weaknesses in procurement.
In his presentation, Mick pointed out factors contributing to poor public projects. Contracts awarded at low prices, weak enforcement, limited accountability, capacity constraints, corruption and anti-competitive practices, and poor contract management. ICCC, in its effort to address bid rigging, signed a Memorandum of Understanding that day, July 31st, 2026, during the forum with the National Procurement Commission. The MOU focuses on information and skills sharing as both parties focus on revitalizing PNG's existing procurement system and further strengthen it. This MOU also signified the reforms that both ICCC and NPC are undergoing to drive forward the government's objectives.
National Procurement Commission is currently driving some reform. Those reforms are aimed at improving the existing procurement system, as well as to deliver some of the government agenda in local content in terms of creating an environment that would enhance the participation of different groups within our economy, and particularly those that currently have no opportunity to participate in public procurement. All government institutions and instruments should be working already and within the existing relationship, but a framework of this nature sort of enhance and strengthen that collaboration, strengthen that partnership so that we can have access to ICCC, as well as ICCC can have access to NPC in terms of information sharing, skill sharing, and regular interaction.
The ICCC noted its gratitude for the partnership, while also acknowledging the vital role played by NPC, especially in public procurement, in ensuring it is transparent for effective delivery of public resources and services.
So the MOU is more a formal understanding, and it represents a strategic partnership aimed at one of the important issue to address is anti-competitive practice, particularly around bid rigging, and this is important in our competition law that we deal with, and this is a serious form of cartel conducts and in public procurement.
One of ICCC's mandates is to create a fair market competition, denoting its effort to combat market collusion. This happens when two or multiple markets or businesses collude in secret to share and fix prices. This is bad for consumers because they have the power to set prices to their advantage, similarly to a monopoly. One of the highlights of the discussions revealed that rigging in public procurement exploits state funds, and citizens are deprived of better quality goods and services. In other words, the state pays more funds to contractors. However, they fail to deliver quality services that meet the standard.
So bid rigging can, actually undermine fair competition in terms of public procurement process, and companies have likely or potentially they inflate costs to proposals to submit through bidding for certain projects, and they also can collude, to do this. I think this partnership will definitely, help the two organizations work together and create an environment where, share information, data, and also scrutinize some of those proposals that comes for bidding for public contracts. And this can, help the quality of public infrastructure as well.
Mr. Dagi believes the partnership between NPC can pave the way for both parties to work hand in hand in delivering the set outcomes. and that is strengthening the public procurement system.
You need to know what infrastructure it will be money worth, right? Instead of getting too much money and doing less. So this is very important in this phase, and this can help provide very efficient service for our people in this country. And we believe getting the maximum value for public money that is spent. And we believe through this partnership we will share information and procurement data, conducting joint audits and investigation as well, and about any potential or suspected bid rigging proposals. And then we can always also partner in building capacity and training our officers both in ICCC and in NPC on anti-competitive behaviors, bid rigging and cartel activities.
But with the ICCC and NPC collaboration to strengthen the public procurement system in the country, it still requires all stakeholders' participation. From the government agencies, contractors and other institutions need to play a critical role in ensuring the end matches the standard and quality. Consumers deserve quality services and should always benefit from them.
Drop a like or comment on this story later on the TV1 online website, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Serving as a teacher in the Central Province for over a decade, Preston Lucky gave up his chalk and blackboard for some gardening tools. Freddie Moore takes us to Vanapa to see how Lucky is thriving with support from the Fresh Produce Development Agency. Preston Lucky left behind a professional teaching career to pursue farming. He currently supplies fresh produce to businesses in Port Moresby. Business is good and he remains committed to his agriculture venture. Originally from Jiroka Province, Lucky spent more than a decade teaching in Goilala and other districts in Central Province. His long-standing relationship earned him a piece of land at Vanapa village, where he is thriving in his farming business.
Fresh produce farmer Preston Lucky made the decision to leave teaching and focus entirely on agriculture, believing the land offers significant opportunities for those willing to work hard. He remains committed to this day. The man from Jivaka, who spent over a decade teaching in Central Province, attested to the many opportunities farming has provided for him. However, he said one can only be successful if there is commitment, patience, and consistent effort. For Mr. Lucky, the decision to leave teaching for farming was purposely to establish a sustainable livelihood. He encourages young Papua New Guineans to make use of available land. He said agriculture is a viable source of income and livelihood. He said one can choose to be a subsistence farmer with opportunity to produce for commercial purposes, like supply fresh produce to larger urban markets, including supermarkets.
First time I go sem secondary school teacher, I go teach rotabini mainowana. Raw tasol mi lugi mo sem central got potential lo working agriculture. Na mi thinking osem na mi kam seguri man blaliklik up. One time of background na mi been settled long time. Bigla farmland lo mi stop antap. Around 5 hectares am stop antap na disla am liklik roadside where mi plus a market na stop but.
Today, Lucky said fresh produce farmers in Central Province are faced with the prolonged drought. He described the current El Nino-induced dry spell as one of the worst the community at Vanapa has ever experienced.
Normally dry season sa come up 7 months. So mi pla all farmers farmers lo ya mi plus a prepare lo osem dry season bakam lo 7 months or by 5 months 6 months or May June mi plus a ready lo stock him kai lo dry season. But now that dry season been start lo May, which mi plan no expect him now. Mi plan no even save him up or plan him sample kai lo dry season which mi plan planti all man meri mi plan kisim bagrap. Where mi plan by inap lo ingat big la land mes lo deploy him tasol wara tasol em short because sun em otumas na em lo reduce him level blo wara. Although water blo mi plan level wog lo decrease na. This time affect him mi plan lo plan him more.
The ongoing drought has significantly reduced fresh produce production, affecting both household incomes and the supply of vegetables to local markets. He is appealing to relevant authorities to provide urgent assistance and identify long-term solutions to help farmers cope.
He looking big potential blo agriculture staff government too and put in policy lo develop agriculture sector and this la mi amamas tu lo developing or work lo this la sector osem one bla SME operator mi been registering one bla fresh produce business one time IPA na mi been starting this la work long time ago maybe 10 years mi start lo ya mi sa supply tabiok ko lo ilumo mi sa supply mo sample fresh produce ko lo stop and shop LEC or supermarket na behind mi short lik lo kind of manpower na assistant osem now me give up lik go back lo nadla work me make him stop. But now that all FPDA na one em now me thinking lo continue lo work him this la work na me like come up aggregator model farmer where plenty all farmers lo ya all hat lo go salim kai lo mospi especially all koyaris goilalas all papang ground na all got fear lo treble goal of public all like high task all na staff na once me plus setting market lo ya buy fresh produce la us dua me believe was en plenty all ba olim ground subi met na olim ground now all sawe was a market staff la.
Lucky acknowledged partners like the Fresh Produce Development Agency for its continued support throughout the El Nino period. FPDA Project Manager Rex Duma said FPDA rolled out a program of model farms with 3 in Central under in partnership with provincial government. It was launched in 2024.
Farmers in Central Province, all people, we are going around trying our best through the partnership program to create awareness, but also encourage our youth who are doing nothing around the streets to at least take part in farming. Because as you know, there's the job market there. There's no opportunities there. Farming, they can create employment for themselves by doing farming and toiling the land. There's money in the land. So through this partnership,
he said the initiative aims to strengthen commercial farming and improve market access for local farmers across the province.
CPG funding very important stakeholder and province all come also go through. Big thank you Governor Madam Governor Rufina Peter for a for a vision na support and make him na this problem project come up now you develop some 2-3 model farm spinis na 1 mantalo mekyo and Balbanian farm pure Balbanian farm plus this one in Kuriva and another one down at Berere which we are looking now na come so with the I think with the next funding, maybe like Kisimlo CPG, we plan to expand the farm by buying bigger, input materials like bigger tanks, bigger solar pumps, also higher tractors to come and actually dig up the place during the dry season.
Mr. Duma stressed that Central Province has enormous potential in becoming a major supplier of fresh produce to bigger markets in Port Moresby. He added that the overall plan is to establish 13 model farms across the Central Province. Central Province Special Projects Officer Ulea Rao has encouraged people across the province to put customary land to sustainable use, including agriculture ventures, as FPDA provides agriculture opportunities for local farmers.
Most of the farmers, they live in the rural sector. 80% of them, they live in the rural sector. Good thing about this Rome model farm, it will help 80% population in the rural sector to learn some skills and everything they lack in the model way of farming.
Mr. Rao explained the province's potential in being a food bowl to the city because of its proximity and availability of fertile land. The potential can only be realized if people are willing to do the hard work.
As we as custodians of the province, they help us to roll out this initiative with rural farming program. To my understanding, there are problems in our province with these funds. I want those funds to be rolled out so that this rural model farm can be reached to other districts as well.
When the Fresh Produce Development Agency and Central Provincial Government signed the 4-year Memorandum of Understanding in July of 2024, President Lucky took advantage of the opportunity. He remains committed and constantly puts in the hard work to maintain his farm at Vanapa. The 1 Million Kina Partnership focuses on transitioning local farmers from subsistence farming to commercial business enterprises.
And that ends tonight's Scope. Visit the TV1 online website, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok, and leave a like or comment on our Scope stories this evening. See you next Sunday for another edition of Scope.